Okay, 5 weeks out. We won't talk too much about the specifics of the week. It's pretty clear within the training program. I guess the only real difference to most weeks is you've got a shorter ride on the Saturday with some strength endurance intervals into a longer run, specific run, a key session that Steve often does, has done 5 weeks out from most of his Ironmans. Steve, let's talk about, I guess, bike, time trialing, and a few tips you can give around position and aerodynamics.
As we've said already, lots of my training is very specific to the event that's coming up, and most Ironmans you don't need to just go, most of this one's in the TT position. You're in the TT position a lot, over 180 Ks, regardless of whether it's a hilly course or not. So I think in every training block, all of your efforts should be in the TT position, and as much time without getting injured or, any niggles in the back or anything, you should be spending as much time in the TT position throughout this training block, unless it's a real recovery ride that you need the back to recover. Just because come race day, you need a position where you can maintain it all day, and doing all your efforts in that position, you'll find out whether you get onto your runs in these bricks and you can actually handle it and your back's not ruined. And yeah, it's just you need to be used to that position on come race day.
I think too, if you've got a good dialed in TT position and you're using a TT saddle where you're actually hinging at the hips instead of hinging at the spine, so you're rolling your pelvis forward and you're on your sit bones on the saddle, I actually think for your back, it's actually quite comfortable once your position's really good. And if we know a lot of athletes are opening up the hip angle more with shorter cranks, but if your time trial position is that uncomfortable that you can't do your intervals, you're never going to be able to ride it for 180 kilometers, and you need to sort out the comfort, because every time you break aero, you are giving up so much free speed, so you need to be comfortable in your aero position. And like Steve said, do your intervals in your TT position, unless you're outdoors and it's unsafe to do so because of traffic or whatever. But certainly if you're on the trainer, get into that TT position.
And consider changing your saddle. When I changed my saddle, Reedy, to the one that you gave me from an ISM, it changed everything. Even though I couldn't hold that position for 90K in a half. It was just too uncomfortable. I thought it was other things. And when I finally changed the saddle, it was actually just that.
Yeah, absolutely.